What you are listening to right now is the rhythm of the bulerías. This palo, or branch of flamenco, is probably the most attractive and certainly the fastest. Traditionally, in the villages of Andalusia, one could hear hand clapping and song. Nowadays, the gypsy families live in the buildings of the big cities, thus making it harder to play flamenco. Above all, the hand clapping and the footwork. To learn flamenco, it is of the utmost importance to learn the rhythm. This is fundamental. Without this rhythm or compass, flamenco would not exist. This way, the person who best knows the compass is the person who knows how to distinguish good flamenco from badly performed flamenco. For you to practice, and at the same time learn these most important aspects of flamenco, the Solo Compass series was designed. Tanguillos. This rhythm is rather strange. It is associated with Cádiz. It's actually called the Tanguillos de Cádiz. It's danced with a hat in hand and can be very humorous. As you will have noticed, in this series, apart from the solo compass or just rhythms tracks, there are always tracks with the guitar included as well. The solo compass series encompasses all of the palos or styles of flamenco, including slow versions, medium and fast versions, versions with guitar and versions without guitar, catering for the needs of all flamenco students. The recordings all start with a typical full version of the palo of that particular CD. Right now, we are listening to one of those said full versions from the CD Solo Compass Alegrías. You can hear the perfect footwork of Javier Barron dancing the Alegrías.
Cuando te vengas conmigo, donde te voy a llevar, y a darte una vueltecita y por la muralla real.
Los títeres suenan, yo te pago la entrada, si tu madre no...
Fandangos de Huelva. We are now listening to the Fandangos de Huelva medium tempo from the CD Solo Compass Fandangos de Huelva, where you can find several types of fandangos, from the slowest to the fastest, performed by the young singer Arcángel. He himself is from Huelva and knows over 40 different fandangos.
La fue
All of the solo compass CDs come with the lyrics. This is very useful for those who wish to learn song. The fandangos are relatively simple to learn, so for those who wish to learn flamenco singing, this palo is a very good one to start with. Soleá. It is said that the soleá is the mother of all flamenco song. Its depth and elegance are without compare, as is the voice that you can hear now, that of Arcángel. This is also one of the most frequently danced palos. We can hear now the footwork of Javier Barón in a perfect example of how the soleá should be danced. In the whole series of solo compass, apart from the first track, which serves as an example, you will find versions recorded without dance that you can use as a deluxe karaoke for your practice sessions. You will also find versions divided into various parts of the structure of the palo. This is so you can practice the specific part of that song that you need to work on without having to listen to the entire performance.
Que yo quería sububiar castillo, ay carcatillito, ay prima quiero subir, anticio que con el arbao, soy el eco de Joaquín, soy el eco de Joaquín, de Joaquín Herdeu, el apaulao.
Sevillanas. What you can hear now is the Sevillanas, probably the first thing that is taught to those who wish to learn flamenco dance. The Sevillanas is a folk dance, specifically danced in the Feria of Seville, one of the largest festivals in Spain. Little boys and girls, grandparents, men and women all alike, all spend a whole week dancing Sevillanas all day long and all through the night as well. The CD Solo Compass Sevillanas contains from the most simple guitar parts to the performances of master singers such as Miguel de los Reyes and Pepe Roca. It also includes Sevillanas performed by a group of bandurrias, so that you can practice the Sevillanas of the bolero style.
Sevilla tiene una cosa que solo tiene Sevilla, que solo tiene Sevilla, luna, sol, flor y mantilla, una risa y una pena, y la Virgen Macarena, que también es de Sevilla. Y tiene además Sevilla un tesoro a cada orilla, la Giralda y su campana, la esperanza de Triana, que también es de Sevilla.
a un arroyo y la bebé y en el agua se miró con vanidad.
For those who wish to hear the most flamenco sevillanas of all time, we highly recommend the CD Inolvidables Sevillanas, with performances by some of the great masters such as Miguel de los Reyes and Chano Lobato.
Hay orgullosa palabra que te olvida de la sed cuando al espejo te asomas.
Solo compás, seguirillas, tarantos, guajiras, and caña y polo. In these CDs, there is dance by the top-class stars of flamenco, Eva la Hierbabuena and Maria del Mar Moreno. Right now, you can hear the magnificent footwork of Eva la Hierbabuena as it appears on the CD Solo Compás Guajiras.
Hay los dos ríos de Granada, hay uno nieve y otro sangre, hay los dos ríos de Granada, hay uno nieve y otro sangre, ole bien.
For the singing students, there are several recordings of unaccompanied song. For example, on the CD Solo Compás Tarantos, the maestro Jesus Heredia performs the mineras, levanticas and tarantas, so that you can learn to differentiate the songs in the same range. The same thing happens on the CD Solo Compás Caña y Polo. Two very similar songs performed back to back by Jesus Heredia, so that you may distinguish the difference between the two. For all of the amateur singers, it's also worthwhile listening to the CD Honores a Tomás Pavón, with the majestic guitar work of Perico el del Lunar Hijo, sung by Jesus Heredia.
Que vengo de la mina a Carboneira.
Solo Compás en vivo desde Utrera. What you can hear now is the essence of flamenco, a passionate flamenco fiesta with the gypsies of Utrera. More than 30 gypsies, hand clapping and cheering. This is raw flamenco, without manipulation. Without thinking about it, the rhythm just enters into their bodies. Flamenco on the stage is attractive, but what is really important is knowing how to participate and enjoy this type of improvised fiesta. If you are ever lucky enough to find one of these fiestas in Utrera, Morón, or in any other corner of Andalusia, and you are able to participate in them, singing, dancing, or playing the guitar, then you could really say that you are a true flamenco. The recording of the fiesta in Morón de la Frontera comes in 2 volumes. Volume 1 is just bulerías, while Volume 2 is dedicated to tangos, alegrías and soleares. In the latter, you can appreciate the marvellous footwork of Juan de Juan, dancing on a stone floor. He at present stars in the Antonio Canales group. Solo compás, contratiempos. Listen closely to this hand clapping. This is one of the tracks off the CD Solo compás, contratiempos. Here you can appreciate how the offbeat contratiempos clapping actually sounds louder than the on-beat clapping. The contratiempos is one of the secret keys of flamenco rhythm. It sounds a little strange at first to those who are not accustomed, but to attain a professional level, the contratiempos must be naturally dominated. For those who are not used to this from birth, it is very difficult. For example, imagine how difficult it is to clap on the beat, whilst at the same time listening to someone clapping the same but off the beat, and at a very fast tempo. It is of utmost importance to dominate this complicated task, so that the rhythm of flamenco arises on its own, spontaneously, without thinking. This way, for example, if you are taking dance classes and a certain step needs some work, it will prove to be a lot simpler after having learned the contratiempos. Solo compás, contratiempos has 3 different rhythms of bulerías, rhythm of cigarrillas, tangos and rumbas, each at a different tempo and all accompanied with the offbeat clapping sounding louder than the onbeat clapping. This double CD will be of great help to those who really wish to introduce the contratiempos into their bodies. Solo compás, palmas. Most students of flamenco use a metronome or rhythm machine to practice with, but when it comes down to it, on the stage what is heard is the real sound of hand clapping. On the double CD Solo compás palmas, you will find on CD 1 simple, on-the-beat clapping, from the slowest to the fastest tempo. On CD 2, the clapping is doubled, without accents at the same speeds. This CD has been produced so that you may be accustomed to a more authentic atmosphere. In Andalusia, it is common to hear this doubled clapping. However, outside Andalusia, this type of clapping is no longer so frequent. Playing the guitar, singing or dancing with this type of hand clapping is the most basic thing, but also one of the most difficult for those who are not used to it. Being as the doubled clapping has no accent, if the rhythm isn't exactly constant and stable, the compass will be lost. To practice with the CDs, palmas and contratiempos can be very boring and requires patience. If you do, however, manage to dominate this, then you will have made an important advancement. Also, if you know the accents that each palo uses, then you will not need to use any of the other solo compás CDs. With these 2 CDs, you should have all that you need. Solo compás, alegrías and cantinas 2, solea por bulerías, ciguerillas and martinetes 2, tangos and rumbas 2. You can hear now the marvellous footwork of Juana Amaya, which is included on the CD Solo Compás, Alegrías and Cantinas 2. Juana is said to be the reincarnation of the unforgettable Carmen Amaya. Her extraordinary compass, her speed, her sureness, her force makes the performance absolutely amazing. On this occasion, we have a luxury accompaniment. On the guitar, Paco Fernandez. The singers are Juan José Amador and Enrique El Extremeño, and on the cajon, Manolo Soler. There are a total of 4 solo compás CDs featuring Juana Amaya: Solea por Bulerías, Alegrías and Cantinas 2, Ciguerillas and Martinetes 2, and Tangos and Rumbas 2. We also find in these CDs the collaboration of other artists, such as in the case of Solo Compás, Ciguerillas and Martinetes 2, where there is a simpler version performed by José Galván, or on the CD Solo Compás, Solea por Bulerías, which contains a version by Adela Campaggio. This way, the CDs may be of use for different levels of study.
Porque tú eres borde como un caballo sin freno.
Super Rapido. On occasions, the escobillas in flamenco dances speeds up to an incredible tempo. The Solo Compás Super Rapido has hand clapping and guitar with tempos from 200 to 320 beats per minute and covers all of the rhythms of the palos. This CD is geared towards those at a very high level of study who need to practice at these super fast speeds. If you don't consider yourself to be at such a high level, you might want to try dancing to this CD every day anyway. Then, if nothing else, at least you might lose some weight. Tanguillos 2. The CD Solo Compás Tanguillos 2 is dedicated to what we have called the Tanguillos Gitanos, or Gypsy Tanguillos, to differentiate between these and the Tanguillos de Cádiz. The two Tanguillos are quite similar due to their peculiar beat, but are rhythmically and structurally different. The Tanguillos were brought to light when Cameron de la Isla and Paco de Lucía recorded the track Romance de la Luna in 1975. With lyrics by Federico García Lorca on the CD Calle Real. This new release by Solo Compás is performed by Carmelilla Montoya from the famous Montoya family. This dancer carries the rhythm inside her, since this is what she has been listening to, dancing to and singing all of her life within her family group. Here we can hear the compás in 2 different styles and at 3 different tempos, along with one track that starts off as a bulerías and then changes naturally into the Tanguillos Gitanos rhythm. Discover this extraordinary rhythm for yourself.
te quiero.